All right, so in the last video, we put this together. We did our index.html page. Let me put back my paragraph, and then I recognize I didn't save that, so I'm going to save and refresh my page. It should look the same, and more. All right, so save and refresh. Okay, so now what I want to do is actually give you a shortcut to the, I had you do this all by hand, and that was fun. So now I want to show you a couple of shortcuts that might make your life a little bit easier. So I'm going to delete all that work that we did. And then if I save it, of course, I'm going to have refresh my page, nothing. Okay, so here's some shortcuts that you can do, or some things that hopefully will make your life a little bit easier. So here's my index.html, and I'm going to type in HTML. And these are called Emmet Shortcuts, and we're going to learn, we'll see more and more how this helps make our lives a little bit easier. And if I type the word HTML, you can see this green arrow, which means hit your tab key. So I'm going to use the green arrow, I'm going to use that clue and hit my tab key. Whoa! So Adam comes with something that is called Emmet, which is simply a way to do a lot of shortcuts to make our lives a little bit easier, so we don't have to type all that stuff in by hand. You'll see a little bit of extra things that we haven't done yet. In this case, we see lang equals n and dir equals, okay, that works. This is simply meaning that language is equal to English. We also have some other things called meta charset UTF-8, and you'll learn about that in another video. So that's not bad to have. But also recognize that just like in our last video, we have the open and closing HTML. We have indented, because that is an industry standard that I'm kind of trying to get across to you. We have indented a head tag, and we have indented a body tag. We have some information that our browser needs to know about. We have a title tag, which we should probably now put something in. My second page. Oh, maybe I'll just write page, because apparently I can spell that. All right, and in our body tag, then again, is where any of our what's the right word I'm using? Our text is going to go, our website itself. Notice again here, there's an H1 with a green arrow. Oh, that's interesting. So if I hit tab, it's making that I've got an extra going on there. Let me do that the way I would do it if I were in your shoes then. I would type in H1, and then I can see that there's a tab. So if I hit the tab key, it's going to, it being the editor, is automatically making my open and closing tag that I need for my H1. So I know now that I can come in here and put in whatever my new title. Okay, so also notice in this case, unlike in the last video, I think, sometimes you'll see me put H1 and the closing H1 all on the same line. That's easy to read. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. But if I had a whole bunch, if I had a large paragraph, it might be difficult to see the closing and opening H1 tag, in which case I could put that on a new line. Just again, whatever makes sense as far as readability is concerned is what you should do. So if this appeals to you and that makes sense to me, I can see my opening and closing H1 tag, great. If you prefer to put it all on the same line, in this particular scenario, that's still pretty easy to see it because there's not a lot of words in between. So whatever makes sense to you is what you should do. Okay, so in the last video, I had you open up your folder, and then you had to double click on the file name in order to pull up your browser, which then pulled up in my other screen. So you understand what's going on there. All right, so I'm going to show you a shortcut to make that a little bit easier as well. So in Atom, if I go to File and I go to Settings, you're going to see a very scary looking screen. So for the moment, what I'm going to share with you is let's just go to Install. And in the search packages, I want you to type in, I think it's called View in Browser. There we go. So it's pulling up, I have to be connected to the internet if that wasn't already stated or obvious. So I want to look for this thing called View in Browser. And so this is what's called a package. And Atom allows us to install packages, which is code somebody else wrote that we can incorporate into our editor, in this case Atom, which makes our coding experience that much easier. Kind of like what we just did with Emmet, where we're hitting a word and then the tab. So go ahead and install this. And it shouldn't take too long. You can see some lines changing here. I'm going to pause this until my install is done. I'll be right back. Okay, and then once it's done installing, it just says, obviously I can either uninstall it or disable it. I don't want to do either right now. So I'm going to come up to this tab that says Settings. I'm going to click on the X so that I don't have to see that anymore. And the point is that now I should be able to right-click on the file that I want to see in a browser. And now I should see right here, added to this drop-down is View in Browser, or Alt-W. So now I don't have to go out of the editor in order to pull up my browser. I can do it from here. And it put it on my other monitor that's not in camera view, so let's do it there. Okay, so same scenario. It's a little bit quicker and easier to get to the browser that way. Doesn't come automatically with Atom. You have to install the package, and we'll learn about lots of cool packages as we progress, because there's a lot of really neat things that we can add on to make our lives better. But this is just a quick and easy, much easier way to incorporate some shortcuts to make our lives a little easier. Now, same scenario. So I'm going to hit P, tag. I'm going to hit the tab. The tab is automatically going to put in my open and closing curly braces, open and closing angle brackets. And now here is my paragraph, and I'm going to save it. If I didn't have the browser already open, remember that I could just go View in Browser, and or now since I've saved, I've got the X instead of the blue circle, I can hit refresh and I get my new information. So same thing we did in the last video. It just makes your life a little bit easier because there's shortcuts and things that help make things easier. That's what shortcuts do. All right, great. See you in the next video.